All right, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I built a Hoberman sphere. I'm going to go ahead and pull it over because I already have it spun up. Here it is right here. I'm very inspired by 3D objects that move and have a lot of depth to them. So here it is. My son has one of these toys, and I thought, why not build it in code? And check this out. I can zoom in. I'm going to zoom way in so you can check it out. You can see the core, you can see the architecture. Now with this, I can change the color if I want. And I can also come over here to material and I can change it to matte. That's not too bad. I can change it to glossy. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it right there. And I'm going to go for my favorite color, which is green. I'm going to go for metallic. Actually, you know what? Let's make it a little bit lighter. There we are. Okay. I can go full screen with it. I'm going to exit full screen and I'm going to show stats. So right up here, in the top left-hand corner, it's going to show you the frames per second, the expansion rate, and the speed. So, but right now, I have not yet started the animation. So there it goes. It's expanding and contracting. And if you look over here at the stat box, if you look at expansion, see how it's at 0%? Okay, it's expanding, it's expanding, it's at 100%. Now it slowly starts to contract. And I can move it around as it's doing that, right? I can also control the animation speed. I'm going to go ahead and change the color again. Let's go for a blue. Oof. Wow, that looks nice. I can do a glow effect. It's rather subtle, but you can see it. You see the difference? Let's try the glow effect with matte. Okay, it's rather subtle. Let's try it with glossy. Okay, I like metallic the best. Let's try, ooh, look at that. There we go. Now, let's do an auto rotate. There. Now it's going to contract and expand as it rotates, and I still have the ability to move it around. One of the things I want to do with the model though is increase the speed. So we're currently at 0.5. I'm going to go to about 1.2 and zoom in very close. That's about as close as I can go. I can move it around. Now I'm going to go full speed. And look at the expansion percentage. Maximum 0 to 100%, just like that. There, we'll zoom out. Slow it down a bit. Change color to, I'd say, that actually looks pretty good. Glow effect is currently set to on. I'm going to, oh wait, no, that's on now. Wow, that's interesting. It's almost like it takes, so here it is in the metallic state. When I activate the glow effect, it's almost as if it goes straight to matte. So if it's matte, then what does it do? Just kind of brightens it a little bit. Interesting. Okay. Let's try glossy with the glow. Very subtle. I still like the metallic the best. Let's go for, let's try like a, ooh. Yeah, I'm liking that. Let's slow this down. My favorite is 0.9. Make it slightly larger. I can move it around and I can turn off the auto rotate if I want. I think the Hoberman sphere is one of the coolest just objects I've seen as far as what it can do. It's so simple, yet it's so advanced. Anyway, let's go ahead. I can pause too. I'm watching this for hours. I need to use the restroom. I don't want to miss a thing. I can pause. When I come back, I can resume. And there we go. That is that. So this took me, I started this last weekend. I was a little over ambitious. I was thinking I could get it done. That wasn't happening. But I'm thankful I was able to get it done this weekend and show it. Oh, the other thing I wanted to show too is background. Currently it is dark. This is my favorite. Let me go to full screen. There we go. And let's go ahead. I can turn this off as well. Although I'll be honest, I like having the stats on. I like seeing the speed and I like seeing the percentage at which it expands and contracts. Before I show the background, I'm going to change this color again. I got to say the blue is fantastic. Whoa. Okay. Oh my gosh, that's not too bad. All right, I'm going to go ahead and activate the auto rotate, let that do its thing, and then I'm going to show you my absolute favorite look. So let's go into background. This is dark. Here's a gradient. Now this is missing something. I need to do something. I need to implement a button that hides the Hoberman sphere controls, pushes it to the right, or temporarily disappears with a visually obvious way to bring it back, just so that when I go full screen, it really truly is full screen. I will exit, you see? Okay, so now let's go back to background. I can go into deep blue. Oh, the one thing I wanted to show with gradient, especially, I wanted to do a shadow of the Hoberman sphere underneath, but I may or may not get to that. Here's a purple look. Not too bad. Let's go ahead with glossy. Matte. And then, of course, I've got pure black. Okay. So this is a little bit lighter. Uh, I want to do, what do I want to do? So gradient, right? Let's go back to metallic. And then let's do black. Yes. That right there is my absolute favorite. Sped up to about 2.5. A little bit more, a little bit more. There. That's my favorite look right there. Let's go full blast with it. There it is, expanding and contracting at a rapid rate. Now, if I go extremely slow, if you look over here at the expansion rate, very, 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 very slow. Slowly working its way back down to 0%. I had a difficult time with the pivot joint mechanics and just getting the cross strut geometry correct, the endpoint calculations. That's why I was over ambitious. I thought perhaps I could get it done last weekend, but I was very much incorrect. Now, some of the up and coming projects that I have in mind here are going to be, let me change this again. Give me a moment. I like the pure black the best. Let's just keep it moving. I mentioned in a video in the past, I mentioned a project in a video in the past. It's a roof tile ordering system that's not really, it's a simulator, but it's to be taken more seriously and staying away from CRUD operations, just simple CRUD operations. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I want to kind of not go that direction. Really, the direction I want to go in is primarily working with Rust and Python and more industrialized software programs. I wrote down some ideas earlier today, and here are some of the ideas that I came up with. Came up with a power grid. This is a simulator, but a power grid simulator. But here's the thing with all these projects that I want to do, I'm going to talk about the language split. So for my uh, a power grid simulator, for example, the um, the language split, I would talk about Python would control visualization of the grid, scenario scripting, storms, spikes, outages, right? Metrics and reporting, operator controls. And then Rust for this project would be responsible for the load flow calculation, stability constraints, event driven simulation core, and so on, right? So that's kind of where I'm wanting to go. I curated a nice long list of projects that I want to do, but I'm still wanting to get to my Pac-Man with Phaser Part 2, the roofing tile project. I've got some my portfolio one project I want to show. What you're seeing now, there's a lot more of these I have in mind that I want to do. Um, but it really is just it just takes so much time. It's trying to figure out it's a learning process, right? Just trying to figure out how I'm going to do it, how I'm going to be efficient. Got a high frequency trading exchange. Again, this one has the language split. These are all Python Rust projects. Got a city scale traffic control system, an industrial vision inspection system. I'm really excited about that one. An extremely large scale multiplayer simulation engine. I'm not going to go into details about all these. I took some sloppy notes. A distributed log aggregation and analysis system, autonomous warehouse robot simulator. Yeah. Time series anomaly detection platform, a real-time audio processing engine. Yeah, I still want to do an e-commerce site, like, but I was thinking more so an e-commerce site for some fictional planet with alien like technology and robotics and stuff. I thought that would be kind of cool. Just a few more, an industrial grade search engine, a disaster response coordination simulator, an industrial scheduling and shift planning system. I've got a lot more just to name some, but that's kind of the direction I want to go is talk about the language split, what Rust is doing, what Python is doing. Of course, the niche of this channel is computer science, code, showing projects, and just being a damn nerd, which is great. But I'm wanting to narrow it down into more specifics, and that's the direction I'm wanting to go. I'm also wanting to get into more gaming type stuff. I would like to do. I'd like to make a basketball game. I'd like to do. I'd like to do. What am I saying? Oh, Snafu. I mentioned that in the past. Would also like to do like more 8 and 16-bit side-scrolling platformer games. I'd like to get more into that as well. That'll be longer down the line, but more so industrialized softwares that talk about the language split, all using Python and Rust. Anyways, I've blabbed enough. That's today's project. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. See ya.